Take number 3. And I'm not
And
kidding.
we were not confused.
The first time around, we forgot the handshake. The second time around,
We still forgot the handshake.
we forgot the handshake, and I couldn't hear myself. And now here we are. We're finally rolling.
Yeah, the computer died the first time, so it's
When
okay.
we were, what, 15 minutes in? Something like
Just
that?
about.
All right, welcome back to Not Just Sports. And we didn't even give intros the first time.
We didn't.
So, I'm Justin,
And I'm Steph.
and this is where I drop the peace and love and welcome to Waltham.
Yeah, we're a little rusty.
Very.
And we're in a new location, so.
I'm kind of glad I got those 15 minutes out because I feel better now. I feel like my juices are flowing.
Yeah.
The first cut, I feel like they weren't. So,
Yes, I agree. It was a little choppy.
yeah, for sure.
That happened the first time we ever recorded the podcast. Remember, we did a whole episode and then just redid it.
Uh-huh. And I think that was a good thing that we ended up doing that.
It worked out. It
It
always
did.
works out.
And I did do a cool thing on the first take. I quizzed Steph on when she thought our last episode was, and she came within 5 days.
Yeah, it was June 6th,
Correct.
episode 12.
13. No, shit.
This
This
is
is
episode
13.
13.
Wait a minute. No, this might be 14. Are you sure?
No?
This is 14. Yes.
Okay,
Good thing
it
I
was
checked.
episode 13, June 6th.
Yes.
So it's been a minute.
And you had guessed June 1st.
I did guess June 1st, so
And-
I was pretty close.
And I was saying I would have guessed like freaking January of last year or something like that.
Yeah, but the only reason I knew is because we talked about how I got my NBA Finals predictions correct. So that's why I remembered, is because I was right, and I remember talking about how I was right.
Yes.
So
And our experience at the game, right? Was that-
probably, yeah. Actually, I
No,
don't know. No, they hadn't won yet.
The finals would have ended later than that. It would have been like late June, late to mid June.
The 17th.
Correct. Yes. All right. Yeah,
To be
we're back. Where do we live now?
Waltham.
Yes.
That's it.
And this,
Did you want to give out exact addresses?
sure.
No.
220. No.
No.
We are now in my man
Man
cave,
cave.
you can so call it.
The sports room,
The sports room.
the hockey room.
It's used for a lot of things. Very thankful that I have it. We got a 2-bedroom, which is damn sweet.
Mm-hmm.
One's for sleeping and one's for me.
Well, we all hang out in here. It's for
Yeah, I
fun.
know.
One's for fun and one is for rest.
Right.
And you have your closet in here, so I guess it is for you.
I do have my closet.
And I have my walk-in closet. All
Yes,
to myself.
you do. And maybe at some point we'll give a tour to whoever wants to see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Or you can just come see us if you're friends with us. That'd be cool too.
Again, I don't think there's any strangers on here getting this on their your YouTube recommended. But
Yeah,
maybe.
probably not.
Maybe.
But there could be. But I think there's some people out there that haven't been here yet that would like to see it.
Perhaps, yes.
So,
Mm-hmm. My mom hasn't seen it since we've vamped it up.
yeah, that's
And
kind of
she's
crazy.
the one that's been asking for the podcast, so
Yeah.
this is for her.
Well, come see us.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic in here.
It does. You did a very good job decorating.
Well,
did it all by
mean here,
yourself.
yes, but I meant the whole place.
Yes. You did in here, I did the rest.
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
not true, but...
No, it actually is. What else did I contribute besides this room? I don't think anything. I did the lights on the floor out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I think that's it. It's my TV,
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah,
you did
whatever.
a lot.
I did my part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's today's agenda?
The quick run through of it, we saw, and we still don't have an exact count on this. I think it's 56.
I counted, but then I could go through and count again, but it would take a second. Count through
No,
my
don't.
whole letterbox.
Just mention it later.
I will, yes. But you go now.
So we saw what I think, and she'll confirm, 56 movies in theaters. And that's just in theaters. We probably saw an additional, 20 on our own? Maybe more.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely more, yeah.
Yeah, so we're pushing 100 movies in 2024. We whittled it down to 10. 10 movies from the entire year.
I
What?
have 18 on my list,
Well,
and I
that's-
think
that-
I have to mention at least 2 honorable mentions.
So you're not even going to mention 6 of them? I don't think you...
No, I'm not going to mention 6, but I have to mention at least 2 honorable mentions that aren't in the top 10.
Yeah, so you're
but I
not going
think
to
I
have
to.
8 honorable mentions. You're
No,
gonna
just
completely
2.
leave out 6.
Yeah, but my official list has 18.
Wow. I don't think you have the power to do that, but we'll find out.
I do.
All right, before we jump into it, beyond just the movies, we have Super Bowl predictions. And as I was saying before the computer died, We would normally do this at the beginning of the season, but the bracket is set. The last 14 teams remaining are in, and we will make our predictions on who we think is going to win. And after that, we're just going to talk about random stuff, anything different in our lives. A lot has happened since June, which apparently was our last episode. And that feels like a complete lifetime ago. And just crazy. Time moves so damn fast. So I guess we'll just jump right into it with movies. My top 10 of the year. Starting with, and I'm not going to do honorable mentions because odds are stuff that I would have as honorable mentions are on her list. So I'm not going to waste time. Number 10, I have Monkey Man. Monkey Man, and I looked this up, was directed by Dev Patel, who's also the main character in it. And it's just kind of crazy how you have that much responsibility in a movie. I feel like I'm talking to a wall.
No, I'm sorry. I was counting.
I know you're doing
stuff,
but...
okay, I do have a final number.
All right, cool. Go.
I'm going to say we have 58... but not including the ones we saw in January, because most of those were Oscar, like Best Pictures from the year before. So 58, not including those. But if you want it, and not including the ones we did on our own.
Okay.
But if you include the ones we saw in theaters that were technically in January, they were last year's nominations. That would be 59, 60, 61, 61.
Damn. It's a lot of movies. So that would include, what's it called? Scrambled.
Yes, because that did come out. We saw it this year.
Yeah, but okay, time out. If I look up Scrambled, I don't think it will say.
It says 2023, but there's a few movies that we saw this year that if you look them up, they say 2023.
Find it. I dare you.
Other movies?
Yeah, on my top 10. I dare you.
I can't.
All right, Monkey Man, number 10. Like I said, Dev Patel, a total badass. Complete action from front to back. Wild scenes.
Monkey
were you
Man.
gonna say something?
Monkey Man's the one that kicked out. I saw the TV.
No. I saw the TV goal got kicked out, and you know
Yes,
what? I will provide that as an honorable mention. And I said I'm not really an artsy guy, but just the art in that movie is beautiful. Beautiful colors, beautiful story, cool shit. 10, Monkey Man. 9, I have Long Legs. I was debating between Cuckoo or Long Legs. I ended up going with Long Legs. I'm speaking too fast because of Nick Cage. Nick Cage plays an absolute lunatic. It's captivating to watch. It's scary. It's... what else would you call it? I don't know. Eerie, yes.
Frightening.
Frightening, cool story as well. And I'm sure that's on... is it on your list? Maybe not.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess so. 8, I have... this is the one I missed. And I'm glad that I get to do this over again. Because if I forgot this one, I would have been upset. Strange Darling. Super cool.
Made in 2023.
Damn it. Actually?
If on Letterboxd, that's what it says. 2023 is the year.
All right, fuck. I stand corrected. Anyways, Strange Darling. To give a brief run through of it, it's a serial killer movie. The serial killer might not be who you expect, and they tell the story in like chapters, but they move back and forth. And it's just a really unique way to tell a story. Great performances from the girl and the main guy. And just a serial killer movie that's unlike anything else for those reasons that I mentioned. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely check it out. 7, I have Civil War, a movie that shouldn't feel like a possibility, but it is because the world's so damn crazy. And like I mentioned before, we got cut off. 7 and 6 had things that really stood out about it to me. 7 was Civil War. The sound is just unbelievable. And like I said, we didn't see it in an IMAX. We just saw it in a regular AMC, where we have our AMC pass. And just the sound of the gunshots, the war, the explosions, just insane. And some of the best use of sound that I've ever witnessed in a movie theater. 6, I have Nosferatu. Unless you consider my number 3 horror, this was my favorite horror movie of the year. I'll tell you number 3 when we get there, but the way Nosferatu uses colors, scenery to tell their story, just incredible. Some of the best cinematography that I've seen. I don't mean it to be hyperbolic, but I just feel like this was a really good year for movies. Some things with the story kind of, I don't know, made me confused, made me kind of think too much during my time watching it, but you just had to marvel at the scenery, the mood, just the chilling atmosphere of the movie. It was just really, really well done. And another thing I'll say about it, the last scene, the last shot, stunning. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
I mean, the whole movie's beautiful, but yes.
Even though you fell asleep.
We'll get to that.
6, Nosferatu. 5, City of Dreams, about a kid that gets, I don't know if recruited is the right word, selected, whatever, to play soccer in California.
Yes.
Yes.
From Mexico, no?
Yes. I think from Mexico.
Or what? Central American country.
Yeah.
I think it was Mexico.
I think so too. But yeah. And then he ends up in a really bad place. And it is based on true events, if I remember correctly. I mean, it's shit that happens every day. So regardless,
yeah,
I think it's the kid.
It was
he's
true
a real
events,
character.
but I don't think it was like a very specific story.
I thought it was specific to the kid. No, maybe not.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up.
Anyways, really, really messed up shit. City of Dreams, number 5. And one more thing I'll say about that is the reviews were all over the place. And after I said it the first time on the first cut, I think the ending had something to do with it. Wherever your political views may lie, I feel like you could have, everything you just saw could have not been washed away, but it would have pissed you off. Would have pissed some people off, right?
Yeah, because it just shows that nobody in any politics, regardless of what they say they think, has done anything, and they've all promised something. That's
right.
the problem.
Yes, absolutely.
And they show multiple examples across very different political views. So I think that it was a fair judgment, fair criticism.
I agree. But if you just want to see, I would call it horror because it's real life scary. Yeah, I won't keep going on about it because it's definitely on your list, I'd say. Number 4, one that's near and dear to my heart because I feel like I'm the only person in the world that likes it. That's definitely not true, but I've been wanting my friends to watch and they won't, is Kneecap. And Kneecap is a quote-unquote musical, but the most unique musical that I've ever seen. I haven't seen many, I guess, but they do it in such a cool way. It's a rap group of 2 younger people who, I don't know, how'd they meet the other guy? I should remember this, but he's a music teacher who produces music, and they link up and make music promoting crazy shit, drug use, all this stuff. And also they want to hang on to their native language that's becoming extinct. So they're rebelling against their own government, and following them on their music journey through all of that is just remarkable. They play themselves in the movie, if I hadn't mentioned that already. I think that's really dope too. And you can see how they made their songs. They're in the booth, like taking drugs, going crazy. And it's just really cool to see how the process of their music being made, like you said before we got cut off. It was a good thought.
Because it's like advertised as a musical, but it's more just like how the music process was made. So
Right.
It's a different perspective on it, I think.
Yes, exactly right. Love Kneecap. It's awesome. That's number 4. Number 3, I have The Substance. Excuse me. Substance is just a flat-out wild ride. I know you're going to gush about this one, so I'll try to keep it short. It's just issues that I feel like most people relate to. Just having low self-esteem, no matter what age you are. But age definitely has a factor in it.
And getting scared of aging.
Getting scared of aging. And just doing it in such a batshit insane way. And I've never seen anything like it, really. I'll let you take The Substance. I absolutely loved it. Again, if you want to call that horror, that's my favorite horror movie of the year. Gets a little outlandish at the end, but it kind of works for it in a weird way, just because the whole thing, like I said, is just such a wild ride. But Substance is freaking awesome. That's number 3. 2, I have Didi. Didi's about a boy in 7th, 8th grade who's just trying to fit in himself and his environment. And I found him to be a very relatable character. And he was growing up at the same time as me, close to 2010, around 2008?
Something like that, 2009, I think.
Something like that, yeah. And that's kind of when I was in middle school, close to it, coming into middle school. So it just really hit the feels for me.
OG YouTube.
Yeah.
I wasn't on MySpace. I don't know about you, but there's definitely MySpace on there. But
I wasn't on MySpace, but I'd be around people that used MySpace, so I kind of knew how it worked.
And Facebook, I think, was part of it too.
Facebook was on there as well. And if you've seen Missing, it's like they show scenes of screen recordings, and I couldn't think of the term.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see him like typing on the computer, looking at the computer screen, and it's just like a really cool way of filming.
Sometimes I do think the screen recording, like editing, is a little like overdone. I think the last time I saw it that I actually enjoyed it was when we saw Missing. But
Yeah.
I do think like they've done it in like horror movies, like on Skype and stuff, and I think it's a little overdone. And like once the first person did it, everyone's wanted to do it. But I like that this is like before screen recordings existed.
Right.
Like it was cool.
But I feel like sometimes in some movies it can be very cliche, and like the text will say like, again, cliche things. But with Didi, I feel like he would type something and then delete it, and then just the language that he was using also just felt so relatable to me, and maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know.
It added to like his personality, like his nervous personality,
Yes.
but without him like having to say anything. So
Exactly
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Yes. And again, he was just a quiet, shy, middle school, awkward boy, and like I relate to that so hard. Absolutely love Didi. Number 1, Wild Robot. Just the best. I got nothing bad to say about it. A very come together movie, a feel good movie, a kids movie that will have adults crying, and I know firsthand because I cried. Did you cry?
I can't remember. I think I teared up at the minimum, but I think I did cry.
And a movie that you didn't want to see at first, which good thing we did.
I know. It was awesome.
If you just need a movie to smile at, to feel good,
Give you hope.
to give you hope, yes, to, I don't know, just make you want to,
Restore your faith in humanity.
yeah, make you just want to love people. Watch The Wild Robot. Sometimes kids' movies just freaking hit you, man, and they just did it perfectly. And a very weird premise. I mean, a robot in the middle of the wilderness. Like going into it, I was like, what the hell? But just they crafted a story around that so well.
And it was cool too because I feel like a lot of like kids movies and stuff, like they usually take place with animals, but like the animals all like get along and they do this, and I think it showed a more like realistic way of how like wildlife works and how you can still like I don't know. I feel like it was more like realistic the way that they use the animals, which is not typical in kids movies, but then they still kind of made it that like happy ending.
Right. Yes, good thought.
Yeah.
But it's on your list.
It is.
Go back to your honorable mentions, I suppose.
Well, here's the thing.
This is the most random call I've ever gotten. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fuck? I'm screenshotting that.
Okay. So since you had mentioned Scrambled, technically we did see it this year, and I gave it 5 stars because I literally like obsessed with it. It's like a movie, like a coming of age type of movie, but like the main character's a little older. She's like in her 30s and all her friends are getting married and like having kids, and she's not. So she like freezes her eggs, and it basically goes through her process of like growing up, going through that phase of life, which I feel like was like it's so relatable to, at least to me, and a lot of like girls my age, and how like everyone's trying to rush to get married and do all this stuff, and there's a lot of pressure. So I definitely related to it, and I loved it, and I cried, and I really did. But it really didn't feel like we saw it this year.
No.
And I think I'm just like really biased. Like, I don't know if it necessarily, I think I gave it 5 stars because like I liked it, but I don't know if like, it just doesn't make sense. But I wouldn't say it made the top 10, but I have to mention it because it was really good.
Fair enough. I love that movie too.
It was like
I just
really,
refuse
really
to believe that we saw it this year.
That's the other thing, is it really doesn't feel like we saw it this year. And I'm
glad you agree with that. I'm not crazy.
But we did. So
Yes.
it has to be on the list somewhere because I gave it 5 stars.
Fair
It's
enough.
the only movie
That
I
movie
gave
is
5
awesome.
stars.
I second it.
My other honorable mention that I do have to mention is Nosferatu, which you had talked about already, because it was literally like such a beautiful, beautiful film. But we saw it on Christmas Day at like 9 p.m. and I was so exhausted, so tired. It was not the movie's fault, but I was falling asleep like fully. So I can't really rate it properly, I don't think. But I do think if I like gave it my full attention, it'd be higher on the list.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put it at 11.
I respect it. And it's a longer movie, so.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like fall asleep for a giant chunk of the movie. It was like in and out, nodding off. So like I saw most of it. I know what happens. Anyways, it was beautiful regardless. My number 10 though has to be Wicked, because, and I wasn't going to put it in the top 10. I was going to like put it closer towards the bottom. But like the more I think about it, I love that movie. Like the first time I saw it, I was like just so excited, especially for like the last scene. Like I saw Wicked on Broadway in like 2012 or something, and it was incredible. Like so good. And I was very skeptical because Ariana Grande is not my favorite, but she did incredible. Cynthia Erivo did incredible. And then I keep learning all these details about the movie, like how they sang, and Cynthia Erivo sang while she did her stunts, like did her own stunts. And it was just like overall, like I can't not put it on my top 10 because I'm just so impressed by the movie as a whole.
I respect
so
that.
It has to go on there.
I liked it a lot more than I thought, and I mentioned that I'm not a big musical person, but there's a lot I could appreciate about it.
The more I think about it, the more impressed I get. So it has to make the top 10.
Okay. And to be even with you, I fell asleep during that one for a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
It was freaking long, man.
To be fair, the part that you fell asleep during was not important at all, and
I'm
I think
glad.
it was probably the most boring part of the movie. So it was a little justified.
Thank you.
So that's that.
Thank you.
I had Civil War at number 9. I think you kind of said all you had to about Civil War. I think it just had such a big impact on me because of the sound. And I think they did a great job with that. And it was like fun, different, like you didn't like, I don't know. You didn't know why this Civil War was happening. It was ambiguous. It was cool. I liked it. It was just a good action movie. And then I had Long Legs at number 8. I think I had a lot of horror movies on here, and it was hard to pick which one. Yeah. Just like you said, but I do think at the end of the day, Long Legs was probably my favorite of like the horror movies. Oddity was really good.
I thought you were going to go with Oddity over Long Legs.
I did, and I've literally been changing it as you were talking because I still didn't know what to do. But I do think I think Long Legs had a better. There was parts of Oddity that took me out of the story a little bit. And I think that's why I have to give the edge to Long Legs, because it was very like well made film, and not that Oddity wasn't, but there were parts of it that I was like, okay, like it took me out of it a little. So I have to say Long Legs was better. And then I had, was that 10, 9, 8, 7? I had City of Dreams, just like you did. I love this movie. I think everyone should watch this movie. I think it's so important, and it is just such a sad, powerful story that I think about almost every day.
Really?
I really do. Just because, like, I don't know. I just, like, it talks, like, a lot about, like, the fast fashion industry. And, like, I know it's, like, easy to get caught up in, like, oh, well, like, everything's expensive. And, like, it's easier to buy the cheaper things. And I just think that people should think a little bit more about where they buy things from. That's all. And I think it's important. Good point. And I'm guilty of it too. That's why I literally think about it every day, because I'm just like, it like makes me sad when people like buy things from like online shops, or I'm like, someone probably like got paid 2 cents, if that to even make that, and that's why it was $5. So right. It makes me sad.
And that's stuff that happens all over the world. It's not just.
I know.
Yeah, but continue.
Yeah. So that I really liked that one. Next I had National Anthem.
Oh, fuck.
I loved this movie. Love this movie. I think it also was just like a very unique type of story with unique characters that you don't necessarily see on movie screens a lot. And I think it like highlighted a group of people that doesn't necessarily get the attention, but in a way that was just like very beautiful and a very like cool story about like belonging. And I really liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was an amazing, like a love story, but like not a traditional love story. And it was just it was awesome.
I agree. And it didn't feel forced, like they were trying to push a message on you. It's just like so natural. It felt like people were acting in their element. You know what I mean?
There was no like hidden agenda in it or like trying to like sneak things in. Like, no, it was just so natural. And I feel like there needs to be more stories like that with like more like real people. And I thought that was a really good one. So That's up there. I probably should have rated that one higher, to be honest. But
For the record,
I
would substitute Monkey Man.
For that one?
I'd put National Anthem at 10. But
Okay.
Monkey Man's awesome too. But
Monkey
I
Man
forgot
was,
about that
I think,
one.
he was towards the bottom of my list. But
Yeah.
yes.
Shit.
Next I had Strange Darling. I love that one.
And what number are we on now?
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
5. Strange Darling was next.
I just saw another one on your list.
I know. Listen.
Jesus Christ.
It's hard. It was really hard. There was a lot of good movies. And that's why I put Scrambled as my honorable mention. Because even though I gave it the 5-star, I don't think in this list of movies it takes the cake. But Strange Darling, you said a lot about that one already. I think I agree. It was just a different movie. It was cool. It was fun. I loved it.
Go ahead, say it.
Unpredictable. Heretic was number 4.
That's a must on my list. How the frig did I forget about that one? Go.
Yeah, that, like I said, when I was going through like the horror thriller ones, I knew I liked that one better than Long Legs. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It was so well written. What a cool story. I love, you know this, I love movies that take place in like one space. Like if it's a small setting, one scene, like setting.
Yes.
That's like my favorite type of movies. Like it just feels so
Oddity
close.
was kind of like that.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that's why it was close.
God freaking damn it, man.
But it was just so well written. It was so cool. It was like
yes.
What's his face? Hugh Jackman? Is that who that is? What's his name?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Dude, shit.
He did awesome.
He did.
It was amazing. I loved it.
Sorry, I'm like overstepping here, but I love that movie.
Where would you put that on your
all
list? Because
I gotta bump Long Legs out of there.
Right?
Yeah.
It's better than Long Legs.
It is better than Long Legs. Sure. Yeah, yeah. I would put. Okay, I'd go. Honestly, is it better than Nosferatu?
I think so, but
I might move it to number 6, for Christ's sake.
instead of bump Nosferatu.
I would take Long Legs out.
It's so hard,
dude. Yeah, I would take Long Legs out. I would keep National Anthem over Long Legs, just for category purposes. I feel like I can't have that many horror movies in it.
and you could do whatever you want. It's your top 10.
Yes. How did I forget about that one? That's like a topic
So
that's
good.
near and dear to my heart too. I was raised Catholic, and the older I got, the more questions I've, brought towards it and towards my own faith. And how the frig did I forget about that
It was
one?
just so
But,
good. It was so good. And
Yeah.
I said, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously like conversations that aren't new, but it's just like putting it all like that. I don't know. It very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And like the whole plot and like the depths that the guy goes to in order to like make this point is just very, very cool.
Yes, and Hugh Grant's analogy when he's using the Monopoly boards, like that whole rant, some of the best acting I have ever seen.
Yeah, that whole monologue.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking too
No.
much during
Yeah,
yours.
it's
Continue.
okay. You kind of said a lot on the next two that I did, so I don't know if I have to add anything. But I had Didi at number 3 because it was just it made me smile, and I loved it. I love a movie that is nostalgic. Wild Robot was number 2 because everything that you said, it was just a good movie, feel good. And then I had The
best.
Substance number 1 because
Wow.
it was amazing. Like I said, the end was a little crazy, but I think I like the fact that they went so bold to make people pay attention more. Like, I feel like people can make movies about this type of topic and like whatever. It's just like another, I don't know.
Horror.
Exactly. Like, not even that, but it's just like, like it was just cool. Like, it's about like a woman getting older, blah, blah, blah. But I think because it was so like wacky, it like made people pay attention and they were like, whoa, what the hell is this? And it just like, I just think the message is so important. And did you see the clip of Demi Moore at the Golden Globes saying this is the only thing she's ever won for being an actress?
No, really?
The only thing. She's been doing it for 45 years, she said.
Yeah, but there's been a big gap in her career. Like, this is her first movie in a long time.
I know, and she's been doing it for, like, she was pretty big back then.
Yeah.
And this is the first award she's ever won.
That is insane.
I know. So I think that that's cool. And I mean, even just that speech alone that she made, I was like, wow, that's really fun because it's just like, it shows that you're never like too old to do things, even if like people tell you are, and like, it's just like never too late to like do cool things in life, or like to do like your life's not over just because you're getting old and you have wrinkles. And I think that it's just a cool a cool message, especially for women too in that industry. I just think it's like extra important. I don't know. There's like this whole, again, with like the pressures of like people just telling you have to look a certain way or
Yep.
It's just, I loved it. I loved the message. I thought it was fun. I thought it was freaky. It was different. It was good. I don't care if the ending was weird.
And yeah, me neither really. And just like a very cool use of horror. Like, that's why I wasn't sure if I could define it as horror or not, because would it be more drama? I don't know.
I don't know
But
either.
yeah.
But I even
Go
think,
see
like,
it.
yeah, I even think like the end, like it being so crazy, like at that point, like everything crazy that's happened, like, I don't know. I think it just emphasizes more like the absurdity of like that whole industry to begin with. Like, I think it was, I know it was a little over the top, but I think they kind of did it on purpose to like really drive it home. Like,
all
no,
of
this
Hollywood's
is all
over the
absurd.
top.
That's what I mean. Is like
Yeah.
this whole thing is so absurd,
Right.
and like everyone knows it's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're kind of like laughing at the end, but it's just like exactly like it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's all a
this
sick
whole-
joke, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
Yes.
Number one for sure for the year.
Yes. Well said. Nice.
Thank you so much.
We just went through our top 10s, and mine was in shambles.
Yeah, I really threw you upside down.
Yeah, Heretic, man. Crazy. I had a feeling The Substance was going to be your number one.
Indeed.
But I don't know. I feel like coming out of that movie, maybe it's just because it hadn't really sunk in yet, but we were like, yeah, it was great, but it was just like absolutely bananas. Like, I feel like it really took time to process.
But yeah, again,
But
I
yeah.
don't know. I think it had to. That's
Yeah.
how you get that point across. I think they really were like, I think that director knew what she was doing. I think it was like,
Oh, it was a female director, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's a must watch. Just because I guarantee it's unlike anything you've ever seen.
And I love weird
Anyone.
movies.
Yeah, definitely.
So
All right, cool. Well done.
thank
Nice.
you. I'm glad. I think I ended up being good with my list. I was literally scrambling, but I think that was a good final list for me.
And what was the hardest one to leave out?
Either Oddity or my phone's frozen.
Well, you had two honorable mentions, but what was the one? What was the hardest one?
I think either Oddity or In a Violent Nature, which were neither of my honorable
yeah.
mentions, but those were hard to leave out because those were really good. So
Maybe-
I'd say those ones.
I know you can provide a description on the YouTube page or video, whatever, making like a blurb, a comment, something. We'll
Oh,
just
we
maybe
can
put
leave
our
ours.
lists in the descriptions.
We
yes.
will.
So if you want to go check them out, go right ahead. But I think we have a good taste in movies, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't wait. We've already have a great start to 2025 too, so
we do.
I'm already
Let's
excited.
let's hold off on that.
I know, I'm just excited.
That movie's badass.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on before we go on a tangent. We're already 33 minutes in.
Yep.
How about that?
Always focused on the time.
I am always focused
It's
on the
okay.
time. It is, whatever. All right, so we're going to move on quickly to the NFL. We are not just sports, but we got to do sports
Gotta sprinkle it in.
just a little bit. I do want to say quickly, not about the NFL, Celtics are playing really well. I feel like I haven't kept a close eye on them in the regular season just because they're at the point where it doesn't really matter until we get to the playoffs. But they're playing well, and it felt like last year we didn't have like a number one contender against us. Even in the finals, like we kind of just we beat them in 5
Breeze
games.
through, yeah. Everyone in 5 games.
And Kyrie was a villain, but it just didn't come to fruition how I would like to. We never felt threatened. And this year we have the Cavaliers going 32-4 and looking like a formidable team. So I'm really looking forward to it. I just wanted to let that be known. I think there's going to be a great, great playoffs that we have awaiting for us. And we're not going to go to as many games as we went to last year, but I might not be able to contain myself. We might have to go to quite a few. Just
That's
saying.
fine by me.
Cool. All right. That's my little blurb about the Celtics. I hope to continue these podcasts. I know it's been so damn long, but we'll be talking about the Celtics more another time.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. NFL. Patriots stink. They choked away the number 1 pick because they can't do anything right. But that doesn't matter. Gerard Mayo got fired after 1 year.
Poor guy.
I feel bad for him, but I think it did have to happen. But okay. Anyways, I'm trying to get all my little sports takes out there before we get into the content. But all right, Super Bowl prediction. I'm a little bit of a crossroads here because I think my heart is saying one thing, my head's saying the other. Now, which one am I going to go with? I'm only going to say my heart take, not my head take. My heart is that the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. And that would sound like, why, that's such a random team. Why the Rams? I may have a bet on it, but also I just like the Rams.
So that's why the heart's in it.
Yes. But
Did
also
you bet for them to win the Super Bowl or just
make
be
it.
in the Super Bowl?
Make it, but I'll get there.
Okay.
The Rams also, I love Matt Stafford. And I didn't like the coach at first, Sean McVay, but he's kind of grown on me because he's just clearly one of the best in the business. And he can do rebuilds on the fly. I know they had one down year, their defending year where they missed the playoffs. But just in general, he just does a lot with less talent, develops talent really well, and I respect the hell out of it. And he's like super young too, and like has a huge runway ahead of him. And it's gonna be cool to see what he does with this Rams team moving forward post Matt Stafford. Just a really likable team to me. I know.
Why, is he not going to be there anymore?
Huh?
Is he not going to be there next year?
No, he is.
Oh, okay.
That's what, he's such a long way to go. So
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I just have a lot of respect for him. And people would say like LA, why would you root for an LA team? Maybe true, but what have the Rams done to us? We've beat them in the Super Bowl twice, so we have no real beef with them. But yeah, I have the Rams winning the Super Bowl over the Chiefs.
I want to know what your head one was. Is the head one the
I'm
the
not going to
Chiefs?
say the head one. The Chiefs.
Different team?
What?
Or
What?
was your head one a different team totally? Or
It's not the Rams.
okay. Do you want to hear mine?
But the Chiefs is a combination of head and heart because the Chiefs are also in that bet. They have to be playing the Rams in that bet. But it's also head because it's the damn Chiefs. They have home field again. They just seem to be inevitable at this point. And, you know, I want the most pain for Chiefs fans and the Chiefs team in general. And I think the most pain for them would be one win away from a three-peat. So if they were to lose in the Super Bowl, I think that would be absolute ultimate pain. That is what I'm hoping for. And if it's at the hands of a quarterback and a team that I really like, I'm all for it. So I'm going to go Rams over Chiefs. That is my prediction. Go ahead.
Huh. I like the one win away from. You're right. That would be the worst.
Right?
They made it to 3, and
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's talking. I like that thought. Well, I want the Bills to win because I like Josh Allen, and I feel like everyone gives him a lot of shit, and I think I want him to win because he deserves his flowers, and I want him to win.
So is this a head take or a heart take?
Heart, because the obvious head take is the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay.
But I want the Bills to win the Super Bowl, so they now have to beat the Chiefs before the Super Bowl.
Correct.
So to do that, so even though that's a little bit less painful for the Chiefs, unfortunately, it's what it has to be done for Josh to win.
Yes.
I thought I knew, but now I kind of want to pivot a little because I was gonna say Rams.
Were you really?
Yeah, because you put it in my head, and I was like, yeah, I could see it.
Ah.
And I wanted your bet to win, so like Bills Rams, Bill win, be kind of fun. But now, I don't know. Maybe the Eagles.
Yeah. Do you need a refresher on who it could be?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I know that the tops, it's probably going to be either Lions, Eagles.
Those are the
Rams.
top two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably one or two more that could be in there.
I mean,
I think
Minnesota, Green Bay, Washington.
Oh, Minnesota. I kind of want Minnesota to win too.
So who's your NFC pick? You seem to be all over the map.
I know, because there's too many options for them. No, Minnesota always blows it. They're not going to make
Good
it.
thinking. They play the Rams
Oh, yeah, no.
Monday,
not Minnesota.
first game.
I'm going to final answer just to be different. Go with Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was Rams-Bills, that was going to be my original guess. So I also feel like I could get that right. So either the Rams or the Eagles, but I'm going to say Eagles to be different. But
you want to say Rams.
I do.
Okay.
Because then I wouldn't care who won. I'd be happy for both of them. But I do want Josh to win.
Okay, but I mean, more importantly, you would choose the Bills to win over both of those teams. So
yes, but I would feel bad for the Rams. I wouldn't feel bad for Philly if the Bills beat them.
Right. So Philly's a good pick to have then.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Philly, Bills. Bills win.
Like it. I like it. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, I just love him.
He does deserve it.
He does.
So does
He's
Lamar,
so good. I know.
See?
He does too, but I just like Josh better.
Fair enough.
But Lamar is good. He does deserve it too because he's like incredible. He just always misses.
Yes.
But I think because he's just gonna miss again.
And what's so damn frustrating about it all is one of those two are playing each other before they reach Mahomes, so they're gonna beat each other up, and the winner is gonna be limping into the matchup with the Chiefs.
No, but Josh Allen's a tank, so.
Lamar's a tank too, but in a different way.
Yeah, no, but Josh is a tank.
He is a tank. Yeah,
he'll be okay.
He's probably like the most fun player to watch play too.
Yeah,
because he's like so powerful, but also chaotic, and it's just like
I think he's more motivated too. I don't know if Kendrick, not Kendrick Lamar, regular Lamar.
Oh, because Lamar. Yeah. Okay, that's funny.
I don't know if Lamar like wants it as much as Josh Allen does.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay attention to him as much, but he just doesn't seem to have. He's more quiet. He's like a quiet guy. So maybe he like secretly wants it, but I like that Josh is like in.
Yeah.
He's ready, and he's like making it known. He's been trying very hard all year because he's like, listen.
Mm-hmm. And they have both lost to the Chiefs, but Josh obviously has more of a history with them and more broken hearts.
Agreed.
Due to them, so there probably is some more extra there.
He's ready. He's got a fire in him. He's ready to beat Mahomes up.
Yep. And in terms of teams that I wouldn't want to see win, the Bills aren't on there. I'd be happy to see the Bills win. That's honestly a short list. Wouldn't want to see the Chiefs, obviously. Wouldn't want to see Philly. Other than that, I don't think there's anyone I'd mind winning. So.
I agree.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Agreed.
Mine very well could get eliminated week 1, my Super Bowl champion. Yours definitely fine. You're going to beat Denver. So I could look like a fool after Monday. But hey, whatever. I'm a hot take kind of person. I like to really push
They're
limits.
more fun. The hot takes are more fun.
Yeah. Because when they hit, you look like a genius.
Exactly.
Go Rams.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Before we close out.
Yeah.
And that's it for our sports section. Anything that you want to mention about you? Anything different? Anything exciting? Any cool news?
We're coworkers now.
Oh my God! Yes.
At
I
the
wouldn't
gym.
have thought to mention that. Yes.
At the gym, so I can get a free membership. I work 1 night a week.
Sometimes 2 if they ask you.
With you.
Uh-huh.
The second night's usually with you.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you want to have a date night?" I said, "Sure."
We
get paid to hang out.
Yeah, and I trained her at a job. It's kind of cool.
I know. We fold towels.
Yeah.
And that's it. Answer phones.
Mm-hmm.
Lock doors.
Mm-hmm. Talk to crazy people sometimes.
I love talking to crazy people.
Uh-huh.
I do that every day.
And you love having regulars at Angels, so you're starting to learn some of the regulars at.
I already know 2 people that always get locks, and every time I see them coming, I go for the lock because I know they're going to give me their keys to get a lock.
Mm-hmm. And I feel appreciated there. I feel like the members really are grateful for.
I'll get there soon.
Yeah, we are coworkers.
I'm friends with Amy now too,
mm-hmm.
the bar instructor. We're friends. She loves. I realize she's just a giant little kid. She just likes to. She likes to gossip. She likes to. I love her.
She was rude to me, and then
not anymore.
No, yesterday. 2 days ago. Yeah. That was Wednesday. Yeah, she was super nice. So I take back everything.
We misjudged her.
Amy, if you're watching, I do like you.
She just, yeah.
She's not going to be watching. Imagine though.
No, never. Let's see. Other than that, and the new apartment, I don't think anything new with me.
Same old shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Me, nothing too different either. I'm still working the same 2 jobs that I was in June. But I did get a third. I'm helping out at Hanford's 2 mornings a week, doing stock stuff, unloading trucks. It's cool because I can just keep to myself and not talk to anybody and put my headphones in sometimes and just kind of zone out. And
Easy work.
Yeah, very easy. It's only twice a week, and doesn't require a lot of energy from me. So I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm working 3 jobs, but I like them all, so can't complain. I feel like I'm in a good place in life.
We're big kids now.
Big kids or little adults?
Big kids.
You think so?
Paying big kid bills.
Yeah, man. It's getting
That's
expensive.
okay.
It is okay.
We're still here.
Yep. For at least the next year and a half. Yeah, year and a half.
Yeah.
Hopefully longer, because I love it. And we will give a tour at some point.
Yeah, we will.
Yes.
This is not the end.
No.
We won't go, God, what, 6 months? Over 6 months? 7?
June
8?
6th. Yeah, 7 months.
We won't go 7 months before our next episode.
Maybe half that.
Right. Right. Anything else to add? Should we do our wine escape room?
Yes. What time is it?
9:16, 9:25.
Still pretty early. I was asked, speaking of the gym, I was asked to go in a little bit earlier tomorrow. So, a bit earlier. When
Earlier than opening?
Yeah, because
How is that possible?
for a specific reason.
Oh, okay. I was
Not
like,
that
how
much
do you
earlier.
go
I
in
have to be
before
there.
open?
Yeah, no, I have to be there at like 6 rather than wake up at 6. I'm not a huge difference, but who cares? All right.
Oh, well.
All right. I guess that's it then.
Sign us off then.
How did I used to do it?
I don't know. You just said something exciting and inspiring.
I did, huh?
Just roll off the dome.
All right. Off the dome. Shit. Crazy time to be alive, but you're crazy too, and you can get through it. Believe in yourself.
Uh-huh.
And with that, we'll sign off.
All right.
Not just sports. Thanks for tuning in.